So hello guys, welcome back to the new tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to see what are cumulative financial functions in Power BI DAX. So cumulative financial functions are used to calculate the cumulative interest paid and cumulative principal paid on a loan between start period and the end period. So the first function that you guys can see, which is basically CUMIPMT, this returns the cumulative interest paid on a loan between start period and the end period. And the second function, which is CUMPRINC, returns the cumulative principal paid on a loan between start period and the end period. So let's see how this first function works. So for that, I will create a new measure, and over here, let's give it a name as, let's say, cumulative interest is equal to cumulative. I will make use of this function, which is CUMIPMT. So over here we have several parameters. The first one is rate. This is basically the interest rate. The second one is NPER. This is basically the total number of payment periods. The third one is PV, which is basically the present value. The next one we have is start period, which is basically the first period in the calculation. It must be between 1 and the end period. The second last we have is end period. This is basically the last period in the calculation. The value must be between start period and the NPER. Then the last one we have is type, which is the typing, which is basically the timing of the payment. So over here, the type value can only be 0 and 1. If it is 0, then the payment is done at the end of the period. If it is 1, then the payment is done at the beginning of the period. So let's fit some value over here. So let's say the rate is 9%. Since it is the annual interest rate, we have to divide it by 12. The 9% is basically 0.09, and since it is annual, we have to divide it by 12. The next one we have is years of loan. NPER is basically years of loan. So this is, let's say, 30 years of loan I have. Since it is years, I have to multiply it by 12. Then we have the present value. Let's say I have 12.5 lakhs. Then the start period, let's say 13. The end period, let's say 24. And the type, let's say 1, which means the payment will be done at the beginning of the period. And just hit enter and let's see what it returns to us. So just select the new measure that we have recently created and select the card instead of bar. So we can see the value over here. So this returns the total interest paid in the second year of payments periods through 13 to 24, assuming that the payment are made at the beginning of the each month. So this is the value that it is giving it to us. So in this way, we can make use of cumulative financial functions in Power BI DAX. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos.